Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Morning Podcast. So, let's first begin with taking a look into the Indian markets closed yesterday. So, Indian equity market extended their losses in yesterday's trade, with Sensex and Nifty declining 0.9% and 0.8% respectively. The market opened on lower side on weak Asian market cues and extended the losses during the day. Broader markets performed slightly better than the benchmarks as BSE mid and small cap indices lost between 0.2 to 0.4%. That was slightly better than the losses which was reported by Sensex and Nifty. Overall market breadth remained in the favor of bears as about 2,207 stocks declined on NSE against 1,623 stocks advancing. About 74 stocks scaled 52-week highs on BSE yesterday, which included companies like Hindalco, ITD Cementation, Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders, Samvardhana Motherson, Thermax, Zydus Wellness, and about 40 stocks made 52-week lows, including stocks like Anupam Rasayan, Borosil Limited, Indigen Limited, etc. On the fund flow side, FIIs net sold rupees 5,842 crores, while DIIs net bought rupees 5,234 crores in cash market yesterday. Talking about the major gainers and losers on NSE, then Hindalco, TV Slab, Power Grid, Bajaj Auto, Cipla, Nestle India, Adani Port, Sun Pharma, ITC were the top gainers on NSE. And Tata Consumer Products, ICICI Bank, BPCL, Grasim, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Wipro, Bajaj Finance were the top losers on NSE. Moving on to the sectoral performance on BSE, then the sectoral performance was kind of mixed on Bombay Stock Exchange with sectors like healthcare, telecommunication, power, metal, capital goods ending on the positive side, while BSE auto, services, realty, IT, oil and gas and financial services sectors ended on the negative side, with major declines being seen in BSE financial services, which was down by 1.3%. BSE oil and gas, IT and realty were down by around 9%. Now moving on to the companies which have declared their March quarter numbers yesterday. So Tata Steel's Q4 revenue has gone down 6.8% year on year at Rs 58,687 crores. EBITDA and net profit are down by 8.6% and 64.6% year on year respectively. Margins have almost remained flat at 11.2% from 11.5% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So overall muted set of numbers from Tata Steel on a year-on-year basis. The board has recommended dividend of rupees 3.6 per share and has also approved issuance of NCDs worth up to rupees 3,000 crores on private placement basis. So Tata Steel will be in focus today. SJVN's Q4 numbers are also slightly on the muted side as revenue has declined 4.2% year on year. EBITDA has contracted to 240 crores from 309 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year, and that has also led to EBITDA margins declining to 49.6% from 61.3% in Q4 of FY23. Net profit of the company has however increased to 61 crores against 17 crores in Q4 of FY23. So mixed set of numbers by SJVN. RHI Magnesita India's Q4 revenue has increased 7.8% year on year. The company has reported an EBITDA of rupees 148 crores against 47 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year. That has led to an expansion in the EBITDA margin to 15.7% from 5.4% in Q4 of FY23. Net loss of the company has reduced to 258 crores from 679 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year. The board has also recommended final dividend of rupees 2.5 per share. So overall good set of numbers by RHI Magnesita. Ahluwalia Contracts Q4 revenue has increased 34.8% year on year. However, EBITDA is down by 5.4% year on year, which has led to a decline in the EBITDA margin to 9% from 12.8% in Q4 of FY23. The net profit of the company has grown to 200 crores against 72 crores in Q4 of FY23. So mixed set of numbers by Ahluwalia Contracts, but overall the numbers look quite decent. Hindustan Oil Exploration's Q4 revenue has grown 81% on a sequential basis at rupees 331 crores. EBITDA is up by 27% at rupees 118 crores. Margin has however contracted to 35.6% from 50.8% in the previous quarter. And net profit has grown to 70.6 crores from 4.8 crores in the previous quarter. So overall decent set of numbers by Hindustan Oil Exploration. Mathan Alloy's Q4 revenue is down by 18.9% year on year. EBITDA has declined to 6.5 crores from around 90 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year. Margins have shrank to 1.5% from 16.8% in Q4 of FY23. But the net profit is up by 44.8% at rupees 142 crores against 98.1 crores in Q4 of FY23. So overall mixed set of numbers by Methan Alloys. Lemon Tree Hotels Q4 revenue has grown 29.5% year on year. EBITDA and net profit are up by 22.6% and 42.3% year on year respectively. Margin have slightly contracted to 52.4% from 55.4% in the corresponding quarter of last year, but overall good set of numbers by Lemon Tree Hotels. Heritage Foods Q4 revenue has grown 16.3% year on year at rupees 951 crores. EBITDA is up by 67.6% year on year at rupees 70 crores, and the net profit has doubled to 40 crores from 18 crores in the corresponding quarter of last year. EBITDA margins have also increased to 7.4% from 5.1% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So overall the company has reported better than expected numbers. So the initial reaction on the stock price will be positive for Heritage Foods. Banco Products Q4 revenue has grown 19% year on year. EBITDA and net profit are up by 16% and 33% year on year respectively. Margins are flat at 16% from 16.1% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So overall decent numbers by Banco Products. KNR Constructions Q4 revenue has grown 13.5% year on year at rupees 1,414 crores. EBITDA has grown 53% year on year, while net profit is up by 2.4 times on a year basis at 341 crore rupees. Margins have expanded to 26.4% from 19.6% in Q4 of FY23. So overall good set of numbers by KNR Constructions. Bata India's Q4 revenue has increased 2.5% year on year. EBITDA is marginally up by 0.1% year on year. Margin is down 53 basis points year on year at 22.8%, and net profit is down by 3% year on year at rupees 64 crores. So overall muted set of numbers again by Bata India. The board has recommended dividend of rupees 12 per share. Cummins India's Q4 revenue has grown 19.9% year on year. EBITDA and net profit are up by 63% and 54% year on year respectively, and EBITDA margin has increased to 23.2% from 17.1% in the corresponding quarter of last year. So strong set of numbers by Cummins India. The board has recommended final dividend of rupees 20 per share. Nocel's Q4 revenue is down 9.2% year on year. EBITDA has fallen by 10.3% year on year. EBITDA margins have remained flat at 12.5% from 12.7% in Q4 of FY23. Net profit of the company has seen an increase of 46.7% year on year to rupees 42 crores. So while overall the numbers are mixed, but again Nocil has reported slightly weaker set of numbers. A couple of companies which will be reporting their quarterly numbers today are Ace Software Exports, Autumn Investment and Infrastructure, Apollo Hospitals, Bharat Dynamics, Mrs. Bector's Food, Century Extrusions, Elpro International, Imami Realty, Godfrey Phillips India, Hinduja Global Solutions, Kelton Tech Solutions, La Upala RG, Marksons Pharma, Moltech Packaging, PC Jewelers, and many small cap companies will declare their March quarter numbers in today's session. Now moving on to the stocks which are in focus due to the news, our first one is SJVN. The company has signed a pact with Indian Oil for JV in renewable new tech projects. So this will lead to positive reaction in SJVN in medium term. Aventel has got rupees 110 crores order for the supply of SATCOM equipment from the Defence Ministry. So positive for the company in short to medium term. Aditya Birla Capital will invest rupees 300 crores in its arm Aditya Birla Housing Finance on a right basis, so neutral for Aditya Birla Capital. Ramco Systems is also in focus as RAM Solutions has announced the expansion of its strategic partnership with the company, so positive for Ramco Systems in medium to long term. ONGC is likely to trade with a positive bias today as S&P Global Rating has changed the outlook of the company from stable to positive. The company has stronger standalone credit profiles, and on that basis, the ratings have been revised. So positive for ONGC in short term. RVNL has got an order worth rupees 38 crores for signalling work, so positive for RVNL in short to medium term. IndiaMart Intermesh has entered into an agreement to acquire 10% of the share capital of Beldor Technologies, so neutral to positive for IndiaMart Intermesh. GR Infra Projects has issued non-convertible debts on a private placement basis of up to 200 crores, so neutral for GR Infra Projects. In CESC, a fire incident has occurred at the company's West Bengal plant, which was owned by Haldia Energy Operations at Unit 1 of the West Bengal plant, and that has been partially disrupted, so slightly negative for CESC. Now, moving on to some of the insider trades. Then, in case of Raymond, the promoter Shefali Ruia has sold 4,700 shares. In Som Distilleries and Breweries, promoter Jagdish Kumar Arora has bought 20,000 shares. In Usha Martin, promoter Peterhouse Investments India Limited has sold 2 lakh shares. In case of Hudson Agro Product, promoter RG Chandramogan has again bought 29,434 shares. And in case of Bharat Wire Ropes, promoter Gyan Shankar E-Trading LLP has bought 60,928 shares. Promoter Gyan Shankar Investment and Trading Company Private Limited has bought 15,000 shares. Also on the corporate action front, today is the ex or record dividend date for Ajanta Pharma, GPT Infra Projects, India Grid Trust and LT Foods. So these were the key market data points to go through before beginning the today's trading session. So this was all about the Daily Morning Podcast. Thank you everyone for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.